why there's a large percentage of them that would rather be YouTube influencers than they would be astronauts, which my son was shocked. He's 9. And he said, I mean, he loves YouTube influencers like Mr. Beast, but he he would rather be an astronaut, quite honestly. And I'm gonna continue to massage that. But how do we work through that and help our people to work through that when their understanding of authority is becoming so warped and shifted, even when they may not realize it yet?
Yeah, that's tough. And the influencer bit, I wrote about this recently, actually, that like, in one sense, like I don't fault those kids who would rather be an influencer than an astronaut, because it's like, would you rather get paid a bunch of money to work on a rocket ship and go to space, or would you rather get paid a bunch of money to make goofy videos with your friends? I mean, both sound kind of appealing. Yeah, I mean, like I understand it. You know, I'm not gonna.
Isn't that Mark Roper? Didn't he do that?
He gets to do both, right? Like he gets to do both. He's living the dream. He's living the dream. The dude publishes one YouTube video a month and he gets more views than anybody else. It's pretty amazing. He's awesome. He's great.
He is incredible. He's pretty incredible.
And he's the picture. I would love to ride on him sometime, because he's a picture perfect version of like what an ideal influencer should be, in my view. But that's a whole other conversation. He's just great. He's really great. And I think he's trying to do great things for kids and using his platform as an influencer not to promote foolishness. Even like, I don't find Mr. Beast to be a problem, but his stuff's just kind of like goofy and you know, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It feels like Roper's doing some like constructive, cool stuff, you know? So anyway,
even his son has like a severe autism, and he brings him in. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I mean, Mr. Beast is like some of the crazy stuff he does, and it drives me crazy because then my kids want whatever he hawks.
Oh yeah,
like, I want a Mr. Beast burger. I'm like, dude, it's just a burger. Stop it.
I wrote on him recently. You should go read what I wrote. It was it kind of made some people mad, but it was also, I thought it was hopeful, if I could do say so myself, because I think in if we can talk YouTubers for a second, in the realm of every popular YouTuber of the last 5 to 7 years, Mr. Beast is like one of the first ones I would recommend a 13-year-old go watch, compared to like the Paul brothers. Good heavens. But like, bro, I mean, 5 years ago, they were bigger than Mr. Beast. So like, honestly, I'll take Mr. Beast over the Paul brothers all day. But I think we need to pump the brakes on the philanthropy bit, because I think he is using people as much as he's helping people. But that's another. What was the question? About authority? Authority. Yeah.
So we're giving people voices that shouldn't necessarily have them. I mean, even with Mr. Beast, he's a great marketer. He's done a lot of stuff out there, but I'm like, do I really want to see him get with his friends and go into some abandoned school and playing a real life game of Assassins?
Right.
Or, you know, how many it could be on a desert island. It's like, I guess this is something that you come up with, you're in high school, but it's not something that really is helping cultivate virtue.
Yeah, I watched this dude. I watched, I mean, his Squid Game video is one of the best YouTube videos I've ever seen. Like, it's just amazing. His recreation of the TV show Squid Game, the games and stuff. It's amazing. But it's like, do I, like, in 5 years, is this guy gonna like tell me what I should be thinking about some ideological issue? You know, it's like, he's gonna become a broader authority. And I think we've seen that across. You have Instagram influencers going from hawking makeup to telling you how to vote in the next election. It's like, is this how I'm supposed to? What is going on? And so
that's even what happened. I mean, taking it out of the internet world, but like LeBron James, when he started, and then one woman said, "Shut up and dribble." And that got into serious trouble because. Because he's I think an influencer.
Yeah, right. And I think let me say, I think all these people should be able to do whatever they want as far as advocate for whatever they want to advocate and things like that. But I think as viewers, we should ask, like, because I appreciate how this dude shoots and dunks at basketball, or because I appreciate the entertainment value of this guy's videos, do I need to go buy their food or subscribe to their ideological view on this thing? That's such a big jump, right? Like, I would love to learn from Mr. Beast and his YouTube strategy, but I don't need to tell him what I should think about the upcoming election, kind of a thing. I think we could. But again, a 13-year-old doesn't know the difference between those things. I don't want to say it's just the young person issue, though. I think it's fair to say it's primarily among them. About authority, I don't. I don't like how it wants to. So like I've always had authority problems. My parents would tell you, and it's true, because I'm just the kind of person who's like, okay, like your position doesn't matter to me. Like prove you're worth listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just kind of always how I've been wired. Is like, yeah, I know you're my mom, but like tell me why that justifies me, like listening to what you're saying here. I was a joy. I was the kid.
The backhand came.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was the kid. See, I was the biggest reason I was a pain is because I was a perfect kid at school and then super annoying to my parents.
Isn't that
so
for any kid? I mean,
yeah.
I love my kids, but they're super annoying.
Yeah, right.
And they would say the same about me. Dad, you're super annoying.
Yeah, right. So in some sense, I love the flattening of authority that the internet brings. Like, I really do love that to some extent. Like, I think it's kind of cool. But at the same time, I think we all know how that can get really bad really quickly. In that, like, just because someone says something, a lot of things can unravel really quickly. Now, I think this has sort of started to tail off a little bit. Like, I've seen more pumping of the brakes regarding, call it cancel culture, on like Twitter than I've seen in the past. In the past, it was like, it literally would just take one person talking about how awful another person was. And then it's just like this snowball of like, before you know it, somebody's fired. And I don't see that like quite as much as I used to. And maybe it's because I'm on social media less because my job doesn't revolve around it. But like, you don't see as many stories about like person is a jerk to somebody in a coffee line. It goes viral and they get fired from their job. It's like, you don't see that stuff quite as frequently as you used to. And I hope that means it's happening less, but I think there is a sort of like
an awareness, you think?
Yeah. Of like, hey, maybe this is getting out of hand. Like, I hope that we're going that way.